Costa Rican terrazzo that I've been roasting. This is my last of it, my last bag of Costa Rican terrazzo, and I'm gonna do a little bit of an experiment on it. I'm gonna start with my heat a little bit higher. And I'm only going to do one heat reduction unless I think it's running away from me, and then in which case I'm just gonna feel it out and see what happens. So let's see where we're at. It is Thursday, August the 6th. We're looking at 77 degrees in the garage and 63% humidity. We got maybe about an 1/8 inch rain. It measured it just in the rain gauge just a little bit. Costa Rican terrazzo. Let's go. We use the cold charge method with the Caldi Mini. The Caldi Mini roaster has a 200 gram capacity, and it took me probably a year and a half of trial and error to figure out that I should follow the instructions that came with the Caldi Mini, which says to cold charge the beans, because you don't need to preheat it when it's, just follow the instructions that came with the device that you purchased, Callus. I outsmarted myself for a year and a half. I'm getting far more consistent results across my batches by cold charging. So that's what we do. Reading 80 degrees actually inside here because I have been playing with my gas for a little while, so I guess a little bit of residual heat down there. Should not affect our roast too much, although we're starting hotter than we have been. Let's get it started. Let's get with it. I've adjusted my gas flow a little bit, and I think I have a little bit more control over it like this. But we're going to see how it works out for me. Starting on outside notch 6. If I can keep it there. Reading 100 degrees already at 30 seconds. But that's starting about that much warmer than yesterday's beans are reading, so we're in good shape. Just the individual notches don't really seem to make a whole heck of a lot of difference when I'm adjusting them. So I figure like this, I can start a little bit higher, so when I do cut the gas, it's more of a it has more of an impact on the beans. Plus, I want to try to get through the drying phase a little bit quicker, I think. Once again, I go by the Sweet Maria's roasting chart, and at such temperature they expect approximate weight loss, and I just try to match those two up. My expected temperature, I try to figure out how to roast it to make those numbers match. I think by the nature of this little guy, I'm just going to lose a little bit more weight than I would in a larger operation. Just kind of naturally, I think, because I tend to, my temperatures, meaning I have a weight loss, my weight loss doesn't match my temperature, as in like say city level, X temperature should be X weight loss, but I'm getting I'm roasting to the city temperature, but getting the city plus weight loss. I know that probably doesn't make any sense at all, but and I'm just trying to figure out how to adjust my roast to match those two, to get those closer together, because they're not always going to match, because the different beans are going to roast a little bit differently. Like, for example, the Mexican beans that I just had, they shed more chaff, and they're naturally a softer bean. So they're going to lose quite a bit more weight than the Costa Rican bean that's very hard, very dense. and doesn't shed as much chaff, you know. Tracking quite a bit warmer. So I think I am going to cut at 300. When I get there, because we are smoking, baby. That's when I'm trying to get through the drying phase. Got my CD player working in my truck. Listening to old John Rutter CD from high school. My marching band played John Rutter's Gloria. My freshman year, as a matter of fact, I learned to march in 3/4, baby. How about that? But my brain, that's forever embedded in my brain. Might be the best thing John Rutter ever did, in my opinion. He got some bangers though. Don't think he don't. So I reduced my heat at 300 to the level 3. So I cut it in half. At 4:30, I was 325 here. Yesterday, I forgot to write down my 4:30. Perfect. That's all right. We'll see what we are at 5 minutes. $340 degrees today. It's really only about 11 degrees hotter, which would be about 30 seconds quicker. We're alright. I guess it's going to be fine, just fine. And I'll reduce again at 380. No, we'll just call it 400. Now, and I'm going to let it ride. I'm not going to reduce it at 400. I'm going to let it ride through and reduce it when I get to 420 degrees. I'm going to turn my gas off, and I think I'll have enough momentum to make it to 432 for my target temperature, I think, because the beans are so dense. I think that'll happen. We're going to find out. Because it's only about 9 degrees warmer, approximately about 30 seconds quicker. So the little notches make a little bit of difference, but we're going to keep on rolling straight through first crack here. I always get excited when we get close. Listen for that first sound. I think I can keep my heat higher a little bit longer, actually. Yeah, it's 756. 407, we'll call that rolling. This is definitely underway. Definitely underway. Alright. I'm going to keep the heat on my gas where it is. And now it's really going real nice. 830 was 415. Let's say 824. No, 420 is when I want to cut it. No, I'm gonna let that go for just a second. My rate of rise really is slowed down here on me. I'm gonna let it go. 425 is where I'm gonna cut it. 820. I'm 420 degrees at 9 minutes. I'm gonna keep that fire to it until we get to 425. Yeah, because that really slowed down there. See, that's all. I feel like that's kind of almost second crack. Or is that just the end of first crack? And they're starting to get a little black smoke. I'm not sure. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to see how high I can get by cutting the gas off at 425. It's 431. Don't expect we're going to be able to make it another 30 seconds before the temperature starts to stall out. Yeah, it's already starting to slow down at 432. We're rising slowly. You gonna make it to 433? No. 1036, 432. Yeah. 1036. All right, well, I'm not going to sell that batch because I let it sit for just about 30 seconds. Really not rising in temperature. I don't know what that's going to do to it. Does that make it bake out there at the very end because I held it for 30 seconds at essentially the same temp? I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know. Let me make myself a note. Keep temp high. Reduce later. And then what else did I say? What was I going to do? 432 is as high as I can make it by cutting it at 425. So that's cut off. 7 degrees for this particular roast. I think I'll probably try it. Well, I don't got no more Costa Rican. I'll have to see what I get at the coffee place tomorrow. Anyway, let's check out these beans. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Look at that. Oh boy, man, that's going to be delicious. Look at it. It's nice, kind of a milk chocolate. The color's consistent. Cracks are well expanded, but it's not charred in there. It's not tipped. Oh, those are going to be great. I think it's going to be delicious.